Mic check, mic check. Oh, yeah. All right. Got our mics on. right, can I get everybody's attention, please? While everybody's getting situated, get the music turned down just a little. Thank you. All right, guys, we're gonna go over safety for those of you who's their first time today. Raise your hand high and proud. I don't do the L's. Straight up in the air. There we go. Perfect. All right. So safety. As you guys know, the water hand washing stations are in the back. Those are mobile. So make sure before we get started, if you haven't washed your hands already, get them washed and also get them sanitized. So get those doing now. Also get your aprons on as well. If you do not have your aprons, please get your aprons on. We're going to make sure you guys get your hands washed. If anybody needs to use the restroom, now would be a good time to do it. So if you need to use the restroom, please let one of the instructors know. Instructors, raise your hands. All instructors raise their hands, please. All instructors raise their hands. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So can I get everybody's eyes while you guys are washing? If you're not washing your hands, I need your eyes on me, please. If you're not washing your hands, eyes on me. So if you are going to, in case of an emergency such as a fire, we're going to be piling up next to Jamal and Martin. They're going to be your guys' leads on this. They will lead you out in case of a fire evacuation. In case of a lockdown, you will then again go back to Jamal and Martin, and they will lead you inside the gym where we'll do our lockdown procedures. If for any reason you get a burn, a cut, or you're not feeling well, please go to Cynthia, who's underneath the tent, and she will take care of you guys. At any moment, if you for any reason need a seat, there are stools located right behind you. We also have water right over there next to the speaker over there, so you can get your water bottle filled. If you do not bring a water bottle, please let one of the instructors know, and they will provide you a water bottle. All right, guys, so we're going to be going live. So that means there's going to be other students who are going to be doing our classes virtually. Please keep the side chatter to a minimum, but I do want you guys interacting. So if I ask you guys a question and you know the answer, you got to raise your hand and also yell, because I can't hear you from back there. I know. I'm sorry. I'm kind of deaf. But please yell it out, shout it out proud. Keep your hands super high. Do you guys have aprons? No aprons? Jake, can you get aprons for this table, please? All right. But other than that, if you touch your face, if you touch your hair, anything like that, please wash your hands. If you have long hair, please have it tied back. We do not want someone's hair in your food, because we're going to be making food for everybody on here. Is there any allergies I need to be aware of? Any tremendous I will die if I eat it allergies? I just want to confirm. Nobody? Cool. Awesome. You guys ready to have some fun? Yeah. You guys gotta speak. I can't hear you, so speak up. You guys want to have some fun? Yeah. You gotta be excited. You guys don't sound excited. You guys want to have some fun? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's do this. Martin, I'm ready when you are. All right, welcome everybody online. For joining us on today's class. This is Jacobson Valentine. I am your chef instructor today. This is our summer program. I'm super excited to have everybody here virtually and in person today. We have about 20 kids in our class. So for those of you online, it's a lot of kids. We're super excited to have everybody. I think this is the biggest class we've done so far. So I'm excited to have everybody out here. First thing we do before we go is I want to talk about safety, and we'll talk a little bit more about what we're going to be cooking today. So for those of you at home, I want to make sure we always have an adult present. So each table will have a adult instructor assistant at every table. So if you need anything, you're going to be talking to your instructor. So for the team 1 over here, you will have Tish. She's grabbing something. She'll be back. Team 2, you guys will have Noni. Grandma Noni, everybody love her. Team 3 will be Jay, Team 4 will be Jamal, and Team 5 will be Faith, all right? So if for any reason you guys need to anything, just raise your hand, they will take care of you. For those of you online, your chef assistant is gonna be Sarah. She is gonna be on the chat box answering any questions you have. So if for any reason you have any questions, ask Sarah, she'll take care of you. All right. Other than that, let's talk about washing your hands. So those of you at home, if you haven't already washed your hands, again, you're going to be washing your hands, hot soapy water, making sure you're getting in between all your fingers and all the cracks in your nail beds, making sure that you're nice and clean, super important. Next, we're going to also make sure all your ingredients are prepared. So everybody over here, all your ingredients are listed right in front of you. If you haven't identified them, look at your table. There's all your ingredients you're going to need. So make sure you have everything. When we go through, we're going to check and make sure everybody has every single ingredient. But it's super important, you have them pre-measured. So make sure you have all your ingredients pre-measured. So when we're cooking, we don't have to worry about having to measure and then put it into things. Have everything ready. So when you're cooking at home, do the same thing. Get all your ingredients measured out, ready to go, and then you can start cooking. Next, assume everything is hot. So we have our induction burners, our Instant Pots. For those of you at home, you'll have your own pots and pans. We're always going to assume it's hot. So you're always going to need a hot pad, something to hold on to it to make sure it doesn't burn you while you're stirring or anything like that. And always assume it's hot. Even if it's on the stove and you know that you just put it on there, just always assume, get in the habit of always touching anything metal that could conduct heat and it can burn you. Just make sure you're grabbing it with a hot pad or a oven mitt. All right, next, clean as you go. So underneath your tables, every table is going to have a red bucket. Red bucket, that is going to be your sanitizing solution. For those of you at home, don't know what a sanitizing solution is, we usually do like a bleach solution, which is very simple. It's 1 gallon of bleach to 1 tablespoon of, 1 gallon of water to 1 tablespoon of bleach. And then you can just kind of pour it into your own bucket, and that's going to be your sanitizing solution. You can also use lemon water. You can also use vinegar. All of those things will definitely make sure you're killing all the germs. Because today we're going to be working with chicken. We want to make sure we have that sanitizer ready to go. So when we wipe everything down, it's good to go. Next, we are going to make sure that we keep meat separate. So as you can see, our meat is on a tray in a Ziploc bag, separated from all the ingredients, so we do not have any cross-contamination. And that's super important because we do not want to get salmonella. And that's something we talked about in week 1, but I'll reiterate, no one wants a foodborne illness, so this is super important. And then last but not least, super important, please take your time. Do not rush. Do not feel like this is Iron Chef where you have to cook everything under an hour. Just take your time. You're going to be chopping everything. You're going to be doing everything. Just go at your own speed. I will make time for you guys. So don't stress. You'll be all right. All right. Any questions online? Any questions over here? Who's excited to do some cooking? A little bit? Oh, okay. Well, you can shout. It's allowed. They won't hear you. Who's excited? Sweet. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the verbal confirmation. All right, let's go into it. So this week we are going to Thailand. Who's been to Thailand before? Oh wow, 2 people. All right, that's impressive. That was a lot more than I thought it would be. So Thailand is an amazing country. It's located in Southern Asia. Today we're going to be making green curry. Who's ever had green curry at a Thai restaurant? Raise your hand. Oh, by the way, we don't do the L. If you raise your hand, it's straight up. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate it. So green curry is amazing. Is one of my favorite. Every time I go to a new Thai restaurant, I always try their green curry because it shows how good it's going to be. So last week, anybody remember what we made last week? Yassa chicken. Thank you. We made yassa chicken. It is a Senegal favorite. It's about that chicken and all that onions and the olives and the rice. Super delicious. Who took some home last week? And did they make it? Did you make it? How did it turn out? Good? You didn't make it? Turned out good over there? All right, cool. All right. So this week, we're going to go into making our Thai paste. Now, the big thing about today is we're really going to get really friendly with our knives because all the knife skills that you guys have learned over the last 3 weeks are going to be accumulated in today. So for those of you who hasn't done our cooking class before and it's your first time, don't freak out. I will show you how to do everything. It's super important as a rule. Anytime I'm doing anything and demonstrating anything, your knives have to stay on the cutting board. So you're watching what I'm doing, and then you'll have time to do what I'm doing. That makes sense? Sweet. Awesome. So first thing, let's start making our curry paste. So curry paste can be made a couple of different ways. One of the ways we're going to do it today is by knife. Now, it does take a little bit of time. For all of you, your recipes are going to be located on your clipping board. Right on you should be 2 per table. Make sure you guys use your recipes. Got your recipes? Those of you at home, make sure you have your recipes. If you do not have your recipes, let Saber know. We'll make sure we get you taken care of. All right. So let's go over the ingredients. The first ingredients we're going to be talking about is the green chilies. So this is a serrano. Who remembers the last time we used serrano? When was it? I can't hear you. When was the last time you used a serrano? Don't remember? It's okay. Anybody? The chana masala. That's perfect. So we're going to be using, you can use up to 1 to 3 of these per recipe. So we're going to give you 1. I'm going to see if it's super spicy for you, because the last thing I want you to do is start yourself. So make sure you grab out your Ziploc bag, have that identified in each table. So once you get your serrano, please pull it up, put it in there, wave it like you just don't care. Pull it out of the bag. Pull it out of the bag. I'm going to wait till you get your serrano out of your bag. So get your serrano out of the bag, put it in the air. Thank you. We got 3 tables. Come on, table. There we go. Perfect. 5 tables, all serranos. Love it. Thank you. Next, we have our 1/4 cup of shallot. So anybody ever seen a shallot before? Perfect. So shallots are the smaller cousin of the onion. They're a lot sweeter. They can be eaten raw or they can be cooked. I like these because they're not as strong, but the hard part is they're really small. So you have to get a little bit more in the finer cutting of these, but they're pretty awesome. So these are your shallots. So throw up your shallots in the air if you have them. Perfect. Shallots in the air. We're identifying our shallots. Perfect. Yep, you gotta open up the container, grab it out. There we go, perfect. We have our shallots. Next, we have our garlic cloves. So you should have a little container, garlic cloves. Shake it in the air. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. All right, perfect. We got our ginger. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Someone find your ginger. We're not gonna stop until you shake it. You got ginger? Table 1, did you figure it out? Perfect, we got our ginger, beautiful. Next, we have our 3-inch lemongrass stalk. It should be in a Ziploc bag, grab it. Wave in the air, yeah, lemongrass it up. Perfect. All right, next we have our coriander. So coriander is gonna be the CR container. Find the CR container, find it, everybody found it? Now I want you to open it up and smell it. Pass it around. This is coriander. I want everybody to smell this. Those of you at home, if you have ground coriander, smell it. Tell me what you're smelling. Those of you online, I want to know what you guys are smelling. Is it sweet? Is it savory? Is it spicy? Tell me what you're smelling. What are you guys smelling? Is it sweet? A little sweet? Aromatic? Spicy? All right. Next thing we're going to need is our cumin. It's going to say CU on the side of the container. Find the CU. And I want you to open it up and give it a smell. Now, anybody remember last time we used cumin? Think about it. This is really good. Anybody also know what other ingredients or other cuisines use cumin? Super good. Tell me what it reminds you of. What kind of dish does it remind you of? Chili? Chili, yes. Everybody knows chili. That is the best one. All right. Next, we have our fish sauce. Now, fish sauce is a liquid. Now, those of you who are vegetarians will have aminos, but you can just smell it through the container. It's kind of fishy. I would highly suggest don't give a big whiff. It is strong. The force is strong in this one. Oh, they smelt it. All right. Well, I warned you. I literally said, be careful. We're learning today. All right. Next, we have our cilantro. 1 cup of cilantro. Get your cilantro out. I want them out of the Ziploc bag and unwrapped. I want those being seen. Show me your cilantro. Perfect. Thank you. Do I see it over there? Thank you. I see you. All right. Perfect. Next, we have is our brown sugar. Brown sugar is called BS. Anybody found their BS? BS, brown sugar? Perfect. Love it. All right. And then we have our lime juice. So lime juice is going to come from our lime. Pull out your lime if you know what it is. Pull it up in the air. Put it in the air, please. Lime's in the air. Lime's in the air. Beautiful. Lime's in the air. All right. Perfect. Love it. All right, and last but not least, coconut milk. You should be getting your cocoa milk. Cocoa milk? Cocoa milk. Small one, small one. Big one is for later. It's okay. Small one. Beautiful. Got your cocoa milk? All right, and you're gonna need a spoon. Find a spoon. If you don't know where it is, probably in the container underneath your table. Look underneath. Beautiful. There should be a spoon. You need a spoon for that. All right. So, those of you online, you guys all set? You have all your ingredients? If you have your ingredients online, I want you guys throwing a thumbs up in the chat, or you can turn your camera on and throw some thumbs up. Sarah will let me know if you do either. And everybody got all their ingredients? Anybody missing ingredients? If you're missing ingredients, we have an issue. 2 thumbs up. I like it. 2 thumbs up. 3 thumbs up. Do I got a 4? We got a spoon up. That works for me. All right. Perfect. All right. You guys ready to do some chopping? We got everybody. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is going to be, let's get a bowl. We're going to need one of your metal bowls. So there should be metal bowls on the left. Hey, can I get a, Jay, or somebody, can I get an extra bowl? Oh, they're over there. Thank you. So, in our bowl, just a metal one. That's no. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get all of our spices in our bowl. So, can someone remember what CR means? Yell it out if you know it. What is CR? Coriander. Thank you. We're going to dump that in. What about the CU? Come on. Cumin. Thrown in the bowl. Next, we have the BP. What's BP? Black pepper, thank you. In the bowl. Next, we got the BS. What is it? Brown sugar. Dang right. Here we go. Brown sugar in. Next, we got our fishy sauce. Let's throw that bad boy in. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, and last but not least on this section, we're going to add our coconut milk. Get your cocoa milk out. Cocoa milk. Cocoa milk. Small container of cocoa milk. We're going to throw that in. What's up? Nope, no vegetable oil. Just cocoa milk. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Aminos can go in. Yep. Fish sauce or aminos can go in. Yep. Good questions. Good questions. Fish sauce / aminos can go in. We got a couple of vegetarians. Can't have fish. It's all right. All right. What's the question? All of it. Get in there. I want you to clear out that bowl. That bowl needs to be clean. We do not waste no cocoa milk in here. No wasting no cocoa milk. All right, so while this is happening, we're going to stir these ingredients together. Use that spoon I was telling you about. Stir it all together. All right, this is my warning. Do not taste this. I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you a fair warning. Do not taste this right now. It will not be pleasant. All right, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Who ready to do some chopping? All right, the first chopping we're going to need is our ginger and garlic. Everybody gets the garlic. Somebody's going to be doing ginger. Figure it out, pass it around. Everybody gets the garlic. Somebody gets ginger. Make it fair. Make it honest. We're going to be all right. Get your box grater out. We're going to need our box grater. So the box grater that we have, 4-sided box grater. We have the large holes, we have the small holes, we got the rough holes, we got the big slotty holes. We're gonna need the small holes. Everybody got the small holes? Everybody identify the small holes? Please point at your small holes. Point at it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So for those of you who have garlic, let's get out our garlic. And all we're gonna do is grate our garlic on the small holes. Nice and simple. And everybody's going to go through and grate it. All right, you guys got 30 seconds. Grate that garlic. Music, hit me. right, how's everybody doing? Everybody got their fingers still? I like it. Everybody's got their fingers. All right. So one thing we got to do, we need to nominate a rice cooker. So each table, nominate someone to be tribute to make rice. Who is your rice cookers? If you are the rice cooker, put your finger up. Tribute. Come on, be tribute. Hunger Games, is that too soon? Okay, cool. All right, to your Instapots, everybody. Those of you at home who are going to be doing this, you can do it on a stove. Instapots are right there. Jay, point them where the Instapot is. Perfect. All right, so if you're doing it at home, you can use a regular pot. It's the same process, but ours is going to be a little bit faster. So in your recipe, it says, hey, we need to use white rice. But today, we're going to use brown wild rice. So mix of brown rice and wild rice. Can you guys see that? See it right there? A little shaky shake. If you have it, shake it like a salt shaker. We're not gonna. I need to hear it. All right, thank you. So, if you are doing this at home and you have white rice, you can use the same thing, but the water amount is going to be different. So for brown rice, for every cup of rice you have with brown rice, it's going to be 2 cups of water. For us, we have 1.5 cups of brown rice. Can anybody tell me how much water we need? 1.5 times 2. Thank you. We got 3 cups of water. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw in our rice into our Instant Pot. Super easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, cups go underneath. Beautiful. Next, we have our water. Our how much? 3 cups of water. All right. We're going to pour that into the rice. Now, it's super important, we do not rinse our rice. We learned last week that with rice, we do not wash it because it has a lot of nutrients in there. We don't want to wash away the nutrients. So we're going to throw in our water. Now, what we're going to do, for those of you at home, you're going to turn your water on to high heat. Once it comes up to the boil, you're going to bring it down to a simmer till for about 30 minutes, simmering at low heat at 30 minutes. For us, we're going to do low pressure, 15 minutes, and press start. So we're going to press pressure cook, low pressure, 15 minutes, and start. Super easy. Here we go. All right, lid on. Everything's going. All right. So while that's getting figured out and you guys are getting your rice going, we're going to, now, for those of you who are also doing white rice at home, if you're doing white rice, your measurements would be 1 cup to 1.25 cups of rice. So just remember that. And we would go and cook this for 12 minutes if it was white rice, 30 minutes if it was brown rice. Super important. So make sure we're using timers to cook our rice. All right, so everybody who's at home, let's get back to our curry paste. So we have our garlic. We're gonna throw this into our bowl. It's nice and done, it's beautiful. We're gonna go back to our box grater. Now, next thing we need to do, and if you haven't already done that, you have a question? Next thing we're gonna do is we're going to grate our ginger. If you haven't already done that, you should be getting on that. You can all do this together. Grate it on. Somebody on your team is gonna grate the ginger. Find the ginger, have it grated. And then you're gonna pat it, and we're gonna put it to the side into our paste. Nice and easy. Is ginger done on this team? Oh wow, you guys are quick. Ladies, you got your ginger done? Perfect. Ginger done over here. They're finishing up. They're working. All right, no problem. All right, so while we're waiting on everybody else, let's talk a little bit about our lime. So we need a half a lime's worth of juice. But I don't want to waste the peel. Does anybody remember what last time when we did this, why is it important we save the peel? What's in our peel? You guys remember? Anybody remember? Essential oils. Perfect. We need to not waste this because it has a lot of flavor. We don't want to waste flavor. We like flavor. Flavor is good. And we can save these. So, for those of you who are already done with your ginger, you're going to go right into your lime. Now watch this. Watch the demonstration and you guys will have time to do this. So with this, we're just going to go until it hits the white part. Everybody see the white part? We do not grate further than that. So we go through. We grate all of the lime. All the green part comes off. It doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. If a little white gets in there, not the big deal. But we want to make sure we get all of it. We're going to be careful because our box graters are sharp and they will hurt you. So we're going to be careful, be mindful. It is a tool. We respect our tools. Beautiful. We're going to get all this zest off. And we're going to go. All right, you guys have about another minute of zesting. Let's get the zest on. Let everybody give a chance of zesting the lime. And we're going to get back on it. So 1 minute. Here we go. Yep. All right, let's bring it back, y'all. Let's bring your attention back up front. So your zest should be put on the side. It does not go into our paste, so super important. We have a little cup. You're gonna put your zest in there. Is everybody doing all right? All right, so the next thing we need to do, we need to get the juice out of our lime. So one thing I like to do, get our lime in our hands and roll it. Give it a good roll. We're gonna kind of like massage it, get those oils and the juices flowing in our lime. You can also use the counter. Get it soft. We want this lime to be soft. It's gonna be easier for us to squeeze it. So once that's done, we're gonna grab it from the top and bottom, and we're gonna do the OK method and cut it in half. Okay? We're paying attention. We're all cutting in half. And we only need half a lime. So the other half, we're gonna put to the side. And we're gonna juice. Get your muscles going. And get that juice out there. All right, everybody should be juicing their lime right now. Lime should be juiced. And then we're gonna mix it. All right. How are we doing, everybody? All right. All right, next thing we're gonna be chopping up. Can I get everybody's eyes to the screens? Everybody's eyes to the screens. If you are done, I need you guys looking towards my way, looking at the screens. Everybody looking? All right. Turn it around. We're not turn your bodies around. Thank you. All right. So with this, very simple. This is a smaller version of an onion. All we're gonna do, cut the top off, cut the bottom off, and cut it in half. I'm gonna do this one more time. Top off, bottom off, and in half. That's the first step. Everybody get to that point. Once you're at this point, we're gonna peel off the papery skin and put it in our compost. We're gonna have about another minute for you guys to do this part. So ready, set, and go. All right, we're coming back. Everybody's eyes up front. Eyes up front. All right. So not too bad. Everybody's fingers still attached. Can I see your fingers? Beautiful, beautiful fingers. I like it. Spirit fans, I like it. All right. Next part. What we're going to do is we're going to finely mince up our shallot. That's a very easy method. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to cut these nice and thin into planks. As thin as you can go. Again, this is fine motor skills. We're just taking our time, using our cat claws throughout the entire thing, taking our time, letting the knife do all of the work. So again, we'll do one more time. Grabbing onto our knife, cat claws in, using our knuckle to be against our blade, and we're cutting nice and thin. Tip to butt. Tip to butt. All right. Once you get to like a little corner, lay it over, and we go again. Nice and thin. Again, this is all a refresher, what we've been working on the last 3 weeks. All right. So once we have our little pile of thinly sliced onions, we're going to do the same thing again. Nice and thin. Little mince. And the thinner we go, the easier it's going to be. Now, say you're like, oh gosh, I'm not as good as you, and like it's all coming apart and it's just so big, blah, blah, blah. Whatever excuse you want to give me, it's all good. We're going to be doing it like this. You got your big chunky hunk of shallots, tip of the knife down, hand nice and flat, right on top, and we're going to mince. Everybody sees this on the monitors? Beautiful. So we're just going to mince. We want this nice and fine as we can make it. Just take our time going back and forth. Collect it, tip of the knife down, go again. So there's no reason why you can't do this part, because if you can put your hand on a knife and you can go up and down, you can do this. All right? Everybody feel comfortable doing this? All right, once you get done with this, put it in your bowl. We're gonna go for about 2 minutes. Let's do this. What's up? Back. All right. How's everybody doing? Anybody crying? Why are you crying? You sad, so sad inside? It's all good. All right. Everybody, how's everybody doing at home? If you guys are doing good, can I get some thumbs up in the chat, please? or on screen too, either one. Everybody doing good? If you guys need more time online, let me know. Does anybody need time in real life? A little more time? Okay, we got a table that's a little bit behind. No worries. Slow down, everybody good? What's going on, Sarah? You're laughing. What's going on? Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, the shocking face. I like it. All right. Don't stress. We're going to get through this together. The cooking process is super fast. We just got to make sure we keep all of our hands and fingers intact while we do all of our chopping. This is all a refresher course. All right. So next, we are talking about an important ingredient. It's one of my favorite ingredients. It's called lemongrass. It smells like lemons. Give it a smell. Take it out of its packaging. Give it a smell. It smells a little bit like lemongrass. And it's a very easy way to cut this. I'm going to show you guys how. We're only going to need about 3 inches of it. So I'm going to cut this in half. I'll just use this a little bit. So the cool thing about this lemongrass, it kind of comes in sheets. So one thing I like to do, you can kind of unravel them a little bit. You can unravel them, kind of like little paper. There you go. They unravel pretty easily. Now you can also get these pre-chopped up. But grab a couple and pass it on to a friend, your partner in crime, probably the person next to you. Take a couple, pass it. We're going to kind of disassemble these sheets. All right. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to lay these sheets down flat, and we're going to cut them thin. Super easy. Lengthwise. You guys can see this. I want you guys watching. Everybody's knives should be down, and they should be looking at the monitors or me. So no knives in hand. You guys should be watching. All right, again, we're going to lay these flat. Just push them in. And we're going to kind of mince them nice and fine. All right. So you're going to spend a couple minutes. I want to see we're going to spend 1 minute. Everybody start giving these little juliennes, thin juliennes of lemongrass, and we'll come back. Coming back. Once you have your sticks, I want your eyes on me. Once you got your sticks, eyes on me. How's everybody doing at home? Again, these are all fine motor skills we're learning. This is going to take practice, so don't feel like you need to get this right off the bat. This is something we're all going to practice on. The more you do it, the easier it's going to be. All right. So, if you're feeling like really weird, like sitting down and cutting, you can always stand up. Standing up is okay. You can move your chair out of the way. You can stand on the little stand pads. Those are amazing. They save my feet. They're amazing. All right. So everybody got their sticks? 1, 2 pickup sticks? No? 6, 7? No? 5, 6 pickup sticks? Yeah, 5, 6. Hey, I'm figuring it out, man. 3, 4, shut the door. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Something like that. I don't know. All right, so we have our little pile of lemongrass sticks. Next thing we're gonna do, again, just like we did the shallots, nice and small. We're just mincing these up. Now we're a little woody, so that you're gonna take a little more pressure to cut these. But if you're losing the blade of the knife, you should be able to get through this really easily. And again, if you mess up and you're like, oh, it's too big, pile it back up, hand on top, and go over it again. But you want them nice and fine. All right, you got a couple more minutes, let's do it. All right, we're gonna bring it back slowly. All right, just a little friendly reminders for everybody that are home. Your rice should be about halfway done if you're doing the non-Instapot method. If you're doing it in a rice cooker, it should be about halfway done. So make sure you're paying attention to your rice. Remember, it should be simmering, it should not be boiling. Super important. Also, another friendly reminder, make sure you guys are cleaning off your areas. This is super important. Working with a clean station means that you don't have to worry about cross-contamination. It also means that everything is clean, so you do cleaning less later. So The more you clean throughout the entire class or while you're cooking, the less cleaning you have to do later. And that's super important. No cross-contamination. Make sure it's clean. So for those of you out there, just clean up a little bit. Oh, shit. Stop. So, all right, sorry guys, we had a little bit of emergencies happening with our rice cookers, but it's all good. We're all straight. Everybody's good? Yeah. All right, everybody's safe. All right, so we are going to go into our next thing, which is going to get a little spicy. Who likes spicy? Raise their hand. Yeah. Woo! Got a spicy crowd in here. Just a little picante. Just a little poquito. No, she gave me the finger wave, y'all. No. It's okay. So to make our Thai curry a little bit spicy, we're gonna take off the top of our serranos. Next thing we're gonna do, it's the same thing we did at our chana masala. Okay sign, fingers up. Cut this in half. We're gonna cut this into quarters. Now, if you want it to be spicy, keep your seeds in. If you don't want it to be spicy, keep your seeds out. If you want it to be half as spicy, use 2 of your halves. And if you want it to be no spicy, use none of the halves. So I want mine spicy. So we're gonna go and we're gonna cut it into a little bit spot. We should be watching, we should not be cutting. We should be watching, we should not be cutting. Super important. We should be watching, not cutting. All right, so we're cutting and we're mincing all of our serranos. Now, in your recipe, it says 1 to 5. If you want it to be mild, I would definitely say 1. If you want it to be spicier, maybe 2. If you're crazy, maybe 5. I like it. All good. All right, so next, we're going to be adding our serranos that are minced into our paste. All right, we're going to be nice and careful. And we're going to mix. Now, this is super important. If you are chopping up these serranos, we do not touch our face. We don't touch our eyes. We wash our hands repeatedly after we get done chopping everything, all right? Everybody understood? I need verbalization. Thank you. All right, everybody get chopping on your serranos. We'll be back with cilantro in a second. right, let's bring it back. All right, how's everybody doing? Remember, we're not going to put our hands in our eyes or our face. It will burn. Super important. All right, so the last thing we need to do is our cilantro. So the reason why we call it green curry is because the cilantro gives it that unique green color. Now, if you want to make it super green, you can always mix in some spinach because it will start to really give that green color. But for us, we're just going to do cilantro. Keep it super simple. So the thing we need to do is we need to take all the leaves off of, or all the woody stems off of our cilantro. So anything that's really thick, just put it to the side. Take off all these leaves. If it's like super thick, just pull it out. Same thing. Anything that's really thick, we're just going to take all these little thick stems out. We don't need those. We just want the small, itty bitty stems. All right, so once we got all those out, you guys should be watching. Everybody's eyes should be watching. All right, so we're going to bring in all the cilantro, and we're going to chop nice and fine. And again, keeping our cat claws in, the smaller you chop it, the easier it is to mince. All right, bring it back in, and we go the other way. As fine as we can. We want this to be as small as possible, so when we cook this, all this green comes out. So get it in there, chopping. Going all the way through, bring it all in, do one more time. And that's what we're looking for. Nice and small. Almost looks kind of like grass clippings, but it smells so good. Give it a good smell when you get done. And we're gonna add it into our paste. So this is gonna take a couple minutes, so let's get on this. Remember, nice and small. All right, so we got a little bit of time. I want to talk a little bit about coconuts. A couple things about coconuts, because I think it's super important we know a little knowledge about coconuts. So, true or false? A coconut is a tree nut. True or false? True? We got some trues? Who says it's true? Raise your hand. All right, the correct answer is false. Coconut is actually a fruit. Blah, blah, blah. I know, I was surprised too. So, a coconut is actually a fruit. It is the largest producers is Indonesia, the Philippines, and India and Sri Lanka. Anybody know where Sri Lanka is? Okay, besides Cynthia, because she knows where everything is. Who knows where Sri Lanka is? Where are you thinking? In what continent? Asia. You're right. It is in Asia. Perfect. All right, so let's go with this. Do you think it's in the middle, the west, or the east of Asia? West? Western Asia? East? Eastern Asia? Middle? All right, Cynthia, where is it? Where is it? So Sri Lanka is in the southern tip of India, just off of India. It's a little island, looks like a teardrop. So I would say middle of Asia. Perfect. All right, guys. So your cilantro should be mixed in, making our paste look amazingly green. Is your paste looking green? Let me see your green paste. Throw your green paste in the air. Wave them like you just don't care. Perfect. I want to see your paste, y'all. We got people who are still mixing. It's all good. So we got our paste. It smells really good. Give it a good smell. Tell me what you're smelling. What is the most prominent smell you smell? What are you smelling? In the chat, tell me what you guys smell. What's the most prominent ingredient you're smelling? I smell a little fish sauce. A little brown sugar. I can smell that. That's really good. I definitely smell the chilies. Do you guys smell the chilies? Who smells chilies? Oh, it smells good. It smells good. All right. So it is time for us to do a little multitasking. Who likes to multitask? Sweet. Oh, we got a question. The lime in the coconut and mix it all up. Perfect. I like it. All right. So next thing we're gonna do. Let's get out of our chicken and tofu. For those of you who are working with tofu, you need to dice up your tofu. So someone's going to be dicing up the tofu. But if you are working with chicken, we're going to need our salt and pepper. And you're going to need to come to the cooking area. So your chicken should be on a sheet tray. You're going to need the salt and pepper. You're also going to need your tongs. You're going to come to your cooking stations. Everybody to their cooking stations. Everybody to their cooking stations. I need everybody up and out of their cooking stations, please. All right, we're going to get our chicken out of our bag. We're going to put it onto a sheet tray or a plate at home. If you're at home, you can get a plate, take it out, put it onto our plate or a sheet tray. This is going to be our seasoning tray. All right. So we got our chicken. Next, we're going to season. Now, super important. When we are seasoning, I want everybody paying attention. Eyes on me real quick. Once you get your chicken done, I want you to put your tongs down and look at me. And we're going to do a little Salt Bae action. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do Salt Bae. That's just a waste and it's also unsanitary. All right. So we're going to take our salt. Whenever we season anything, we're always going to use height. That's going to sprinkle generously and evenly throughout the piece of meat that we're doing. So you can see the salt spreading gently, beautiful. And you can see even more with the pepper. So you see how evenly sprinkled our chicken is. So that's what we're going to do, sprinkle. Then we're going to turn our chicken and do the same thing. All right, season up that chicken. Now, we like our chicken. We season everything in here, so really well seasoned. We don't do no bland chicken around here. That is one thing my mama taught me how to do, is season our food. Beautiful. All right. So salt, pepper, done. If you are done, put your hands in the air. If you're done seasoning, hands in the air. How much pepper you putting on that? Like you just. If your chicken looks black, you put too much pepper. If your chicken looks black, you put too much pepper. All right, I think. Jay, are we okay? He's like, yeah, we good. All right, here we go. All right, so next thing we need to do, we need to turn on our pot. And we're going to turn it on to medium at 320. Instructors, if you want to help them turn it on, we're going to turn these bad boys on to medium at 320. All right, your guys' pots should be on, lid should be off, and we're going to let this preheat. Now, that's super important. When we're preheating, we do not put the oil in there. Anybody know why we do not put oil into a cold pan? Anybody know why? The big reason is because by the time the pan gets hot enough to sear anything, the oil will start to burn. So it's super important. We always put oil into a hot pan, never a cold pan. Everybody understand? Yeah, yeah, thumbs up if you understand. 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 Beautiful. Thank you. So we do not put hot or cold oil into a cold pan. It's always a hot pan. All right, perfect. All right, so is our tofu nice and seasoned? Beautiful. All right, pan should be nice and warm. It's almost there. All right, so first thing we're going to do about 3 or 4 swigs of oil. So when I say swig, everybody pay attention. You shouldn't be doing side conversation. You should be paying attention. All right. When I say swig, it should be about a tablespoon. So I say swig, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead, add in your oil. If you don't have an oil bottle, come grab it. You're good. I got you. So 4 times around. There's also bottles of oil out there. If you do not have oil, perfect. We're gonna do 4 swigs around. You want to get a good layer of oil in your pan. Beautiful. All right, and next we're going to be adding in our chicken. You should be hearing sizzling. If you don't hear sizzling, it's not hot enough. Right now we're just browning. Once that's in, put the lid on. All right, once all your chicken is in, we're going to put the lid on, and we're going to come back to our stations. This is the multitasking I'm talking about. We're going to try to keep a mental timer for about 2 minutes. So once your chicken's in, lid on, come down to your tables. Back to your prep station. All right, we're going to do some prepping of vegetables. The first vegetable we're going to be prepping is going to be our eggplant. So we're all paying attention, watching on the TV. Watching on the TV. We're going to cut the top off. If you have the top, if your half is the bottom, don't need to worry about that. And from here, let me cut off a little bit more. There we go. From here, we're gonna make some planks, about a 1/2 inch thick, little planks of eggplant. All right, now we go from planks into sticks. All right, plants in the sticks. All right, and then our sticks into dices, nice and big. All right, see if I can get this all at once. If it's too big, it's all right. There we go. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. All right. All right, so from there, we're gonna grab a bowl. We're paying attention. From there, we're gonna grab a bowl, add our eggplant into the bowl. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get some salt. We're gonna season this up liberally because we wanna bring out some of the extra liquid out of our eggplant because there's a lot of water in our eggplant. So we're gonna mix it in and set it to the side. All right, so before we get into that, your chicken should be ready to do its first turn. Lid off. And give it its first turn. All right, we're gonna go into about 3 minutes for you guys to chop everything up. And we're gonna come back. Let's get this music. All right, we're coming back. All right, so we should be doing our third turn by now. If you haven't already done your first or your second turn, make sure you're doing it. Now, there's probably of you asking why do we put a lid on top? Because of the fat that's in there, it does sputter, and I wanted you guys to be safe. So we put the lid back on top. Make sure that doesn't spit, that oil doesn't burn you. Question? Oh, good. All right. So next thing, all our eggplants are nice and seasoned, ready to go. Are we all ready to go for our next thing we're gonna chop? If you're ready, I need some thumbs up. I need some affirmations. Everybody ready to do the next thing? If you're ready, thumbs up. If you're ready, thumbs up. I will not continue until you give me some thumbs up. Until everybody's thumbs are up. Until everybody's thumbs are up. Hey, team one. Guys, you guys paying attention? Thumbs up. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is our bell pepper. So we're gonna pay attention. The way we're gonna do our bell pepper is we're gonna cut the top, we're gonna cut the bottom, and we're gonna cut the sides. We're gonna do every kind of corner, you cut the sides in. So for this one, there's 4, and then all we do is peel. All we're gonna do is peel. And then you have all your seeds all together. This little top, we just pop out. No big. Gonna pull these little white parts out. We don't need that. Now, for this part, all we're gonna do is cut these into juliennes. So super simple, about a 1/2 inch. There we go. About a 1/2 inch. There we go. There we go. All the way around. All right. So that is our bell pepper. Once you get done, we're going to put that to the side. And then also some extra credits. If you want to use lime, that little 1/2 of lime as a garnish, all we do is lay it down flat, cut it in half, turn it, cut it into another half, and we have our little lime wedges. So we're going to use that as our little garnish later. All right, let's get to chopping. We'll be back in about a minute. All right, we're coming back. So the chicken, we're going to be taking that out. So all 4 sides of the chicken should be nice and seared. It is not fully cooked, so we can put it back on the same tray that we had them seasoned on. Mainly because we're going to put this back into the curry in a little bit. So our pan is still nice and hot. Our chicken and our tofu are taken out of our pots. It's still bleeding, I know. It's not fully cooked yet, so don't freak out. It's bleeding still. It's all right. We're not looking to fully cook our chicken or whatever protein you guys are using. We're just trying to sear it off. We're going to be adding it back in a little bit. All right, so the next part, we're going to need a paper towel. Can I get a paper towel? Anybody? Jay? You got me a paper towel for me? Perfect. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the eggplant. So, like I said, the eggplant has a lot of water built into it. So what we're going to do is that salt is going to extract a lot of that water. So what we're going to do is take a clean paper towel, and we're going to go in, and we're going to dab out any extra liquid on our eggplant. So, and as you can kind of see, there's a lot of liquid. So we want to make sure, dab out as much of that liquid out, because next thing we're going to do is we're going to fry a lot of liquid out of this. So we're going to take our eggplant. Once we're done dabbing it, add it into our pot, and we're going to sear our eggplant. And the same thing. Leave it alone. Let it do its thing. This one we do not keep closed. We want to make sure we let the steam out, and we're not steaming this, we're searing it. You turn your heat up to medium-high heat, so 390, after we get done dabbing it, and we can sear off our eggplant. We're going to do about 2 minutes, stir it, 2 minutes, stir it, and we're going to take it out, all right? So we're going to go back into cooking. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. All right, we're bringing it back gently. All right, so we're gonna do our first stir. Remember, a hot pad. We want to get all, ooh, look at that, smell it. Can you guys smell the eggplant roasting? That's what we want. If it's starting to stick a little, we can add a little bit of oil. But again, we're trying to build that flavor up. Get these bad boys nice and toasty. Now, one thing we're going to do, we didn't do, if you haven't already done, we're going to season with some pepper our eggplants. So if you haven't seasoned your eggplant, season with some pepper. All right, so we're going to do another minute of it searing, and then we're going to take it out. So get your bowl ready. Get your bowl ready. Oh, these should be, so you can see a lot of the steam happening. Does everybody see the steam happening? So that's that moisture we're trying to cook out of our eggplant, because if we don't cook it out, it's going to get nice and mushy, and nobody wants mushy eggplant. Unless you're making baba ganoush. And even then, that's questionable. All right, so your eggplant, super important. We're not going to go and sit there and continuously stir the eggplant. We leave the eggplant alone. Let it cook. We want it to brown. If you move it around, it won't brown. So leave it alone. Super important. All right. So tell me what you guys are smelling. Smell that eggplant. I want you guys to really start smelling that eggplant. Not a lot of people actually use eggplant. I think it's an amazing roasty smell, especially if you're vegetarian. It is amazing. It's one of those things that it can replace meat easily. It's one of those meat substitutions that I like to use. All right. So now that it's seared for another minute, we're going to take our hot pad, we're going to take our pot, and we're going to just kind of get everything out of the bottom and put our eggplant back in the same bowl. Now this is super important because if we were to keep cooking this, it will get super mushy. We don't want mushy eggplant. So we're going to turn this back on. We're going to keep it back at medium-high heat, so around 390. We're going to need some oil. Can I get my oil back by chance? I lost my oil. Someone took my oil. Thank you. So we're going to add another tablespoon of oil to the bottom of the pan. And we're going to be adding in about 2 tablespoons, or 3, or 4, depending on how spicy you want your curry to be. But we're going to take a couple tablespoons of our curry paste that we made. I'm doing 4 because I'm a rebel. And we're going to cook our curry paste for about 30 seconds. Also, what's good about this curry paste, it's going to start to deglaze, 3 or 4, whatever you like. It's going to deglaze the bottom of our pan. So all that gunk, all that fun and stuff on the bottom of our pan is going to come out. So get all of that fun. One thing I like to do is use my tongs and get a good scrape in. Get everything out of that bottom. Get all that amazing flavor off the bottom of that pan. All right, tell me what you're smelling, y'all. Smelling good? Is it smelling great? You like it? You love it? You want some more of it? That's a country song. Sorry, y'all. All right, next, we're going to be adding in our bell peppers. Bell pepper time. Bell pepper time. All right, so while someone's going to add bell peppers, we need to open our can of coconut milk. Can opener to your right or left. And we're going to open up our coconut milk. All right, we're going to need a spoon, and we're going to add in our coconut milk. Ooh, that just came out, just like that. That was easy. All right, I guess I didn't need a spoon. A spoon. We need a spoon. Give me the spoon. All right. So we're going to bring this up to 430 or a little bit higher, more on the high side of your stove, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. While this is happening, we're going to be adding back in our chicken into the pot. Chicken back in the pot. Chicken back in the pot. I hold the cherry, the chicken back in the pot. Yo. Add the tofu back in the pot, yes. Add your protein back in the pot. The protein back in the pot. I hold the cherry, the protein back in the pot. All right. So we're going to bring this up to a boil. Once it's at a boil, we're going to bring the lid on top and bring it down to 320 degrees. We're going to let this cook for 10 minutes. We're going to start at 430 degrees. And once it starts to boil, like it is right now on mine, everybody can kind of see it on the screen. Once it starts boiling like that, we put the lid on. We bring it down to 320 degrees. All right? 320 degrees, and we're going to let it go for 10 minutes. 10 minutos. So this is going to be our first and only break we're going to be taking. So we're going to be at a 10-minute break. This is a good time for us to use the restroom, wash our hands, get a drink, and we're going to come back. If you need to use the restroom, this is the time. See you guys in 10 minutes. If you are in our cooking class, get it back over here, y'all. If you're in our cooking class, you're not in the playground, y'all. Mic check. All right. Bringing it back in. All right. All right, everybody. So we are about 8 minutes in the cooking process. We're going to go and grab our hot mitt. Chicken should be almost fully cooked. Next thing we're going to be adding in is our eggplant. So this is the time to add in our eggplant. All right. Now we're going to talk about garnishes. So we have a little baggie of basil. This is Thai basil that we're going to be using. We're going to need a few leaves each, but you can see inside of these, some of them are actually blooming. Have a little flower, that's a beautiful garnish. So just grab off a little bit of these. I take 1 or 2 of these as garnishes. Well, we're going to get our limes and we got our little basil garnishes. So let's grab some garnishes out of our baggie. All right, we're going to stir in our eggplant, if we haven't already, from the bottom to the top. It's already looking amazing. All right, we're going to check on our rice now. Is there time to look at our rice? Open up our containers of rice. All the liquid should be absorbed into our rice. It's perfect. And we're going to let this cook for another 2 minutes. Who's hungry? Oh, yeah. All right. So, FYI, guys, if you guys are Instagrammers and you want to follow us, you can look at us up on Instagram at @FeedTheMass. If you are on Facebook, it's @FeedTheMass as well. And also, if you go to our website, feedthemass.org, you can also email us. It's pretty awesome. But I want to see you guys pictures of your food at the end. I'm going to be plating these up to show you guys how to plate these up, but I want to see you guys amazing creations on our Instagram. So make sure you tag us. Can I get a bowl? just need a bowl. So, yeah, no worries. Beautiful. I like it. All right. So it's almost done. So we're going to have all of our garnishes ready. Sure they look amazing. Have them ready. So internal temperature of our chicken should be 175 degrees. Who's hungry? All right. So we're going to get our rice into our bowl. Right in the bottom. We're going to get our bubbly chicken. Oh, this looks good. Onto our plate. We're going to make sure we get some eggplant in there and some peppers. Throw a little color on there. Oh, yeah, this looks good. You want to get some of that sauce in there, too. All right. So with this, clean up your bowl. We're going to get our garnish in, which is our Thai basil. Now, I like Thai basil, so I might even throw another one in there to the company. And then we're going to throw our lime right on top. I like lime, so again, we're going to do about 2 pieces of lime. And that is going to be our Thai basil, or our Thai curry. All right, guys. So if you guys have any questions at all, make sure your chicken's all ready to go. And thank you guys so much for coming today. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys next week when we go into France. And we're going to be doing our chicken bourgundi. It's going to be awesome. See you guys soon.